Kia ora. Hey, hi there Taurus. Welcome to your July 2016 taroscope reading with me. Guys, we're changing the format this month. We're using the Morgan Greer cards, which you see here, and we are going to have 4 cards, one for each week of the month, with a card underneath it, which is a clarifying or extension card. And then at the end of the reading, we will have a empowerment mantra card as well. So let's see what's in store for you guys for Taurus for July 2016. A little bit more shuffling. And away we go. The 7 of Swords, the Judgment, the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles. So that's the first week, second week, third week, fourth week. Clarifying, 2 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, Page of Rods. Okay, let's have a little look into this and see what we are pulling together. I will move my camera back for you a little bit. So we start the month there with the 7 of Swords and underneath it the 2 of Swords. So the clarifying energy seems to marry up quite well with the main message of the card. I noticed this 7 of Swords has been out a little bit in the last 2 months, and he's not what I would call a trustworthy person. So what I would say to you at the beginning of the month, just watch your back actually. Watch people around you and who you are telling information to or sharing your time with. Sometimes this can be people with slightly dishonourable intentions or underhand, you know, that they're not telling you the truth and they're doing things partially exposed but partially hidden. So trust your gut instincts. Rely on how you feel about people. If there's someone new that walks into your life and you don't actually trust them or you think they're not being above board, push the barriers a bit further or choose to walk away. So when I say push the barriers a bit further, what I mean is look into situations more, especially if this is to do with anything along signing documents or legal contracts or obligations or partnerships in any way. The card underneath it, which kind of clarifies it, is the 2 of Swords, and this is also the feeling of being kept in the dark, not necessarily knowing everything, and being a bit pensive about making decisions. She is contemplating which way to go, which direction to take. Often this is an emotional thought that she's trying to work out at her own mind, and we see that she's blindfolded, so she's doing a lot of contemplative thinking. I also see that there is the ecliptical moon in here. So again, I often talk about this period of ecliptical time from March through to September, when these events may have been initiated one way or another, or these people may have come into your life at that point, or an idea or a thought process, and they are now being actioned upon and uplifted. So I would think twice if anyone suggests there's a really amazing scheme around you or a great idea and it sounds prophetically fantastic. Really check it all out. The other thing about this card is it could be yourself also thinking, gosh, which way do I go? Should I be staying in the current place I am, or should I be moving and doing something else? And again, that has this feeling underneath. So there's uncertainty and unsureness and the need to go within and really think things through. But when you do that, you will see a little bit more light, and you'll be able to see when this mask comes off, and part of that is the use of your gut feeling, your instinct, your connection to yourself, and logical thinking. We come to the next weekend and we see the Judgment card. So I often think straight away that there's something you have to listen to here, and because we see this big trumpet and it seems to be such a main part of the card. So you're being told something, and again this can be at quite deep levels. So this can be your subconscious, it can be your belief systems, it can be your spirituality. There's something knocking at your door that you may have been wanting to avoid or not fully listen to, or haven't been understanding all the clues that have been coming in. So this is a time where you need to really step back and listen again. So we've got a lot of this going on in the first part of July for you guys about rethinking strategies and rethinking directions that you are going, and making sure that you're picking the best pathway forwards. It's quite often when these sort of cards turn up that there is more than one option, and that you might be finding difficulty in thinking which is the best way. Oftentimes too, you could go for not counselling per se, but you could find a mentor or someone who could help advise you that you really trust. So not someone you don't know, but someone that you trust, who could give you insight and direction, especially if this is about finances or career opportunities. And I see underneath we've got the Five of Pentacles here, which makes me think that it could be connected to career or finances in a way, because that card really does symbolise it. And it symbolises the fact that we're feeling a little bit tense or anxious, or as if we have been left out of something, or as if we can't quite get to what it is we need or want for support. And although there are two people in the card, which means you're not alone, sometimes you feel that you've been left adrift, or that you're not quite as connected to something that you wanted to be, whether or not, as I say, it's a scheme or a system or a workplace or colleagues or something along those lines. But the idea here is to really utilise your power and your tenacity and your strength to be able to focus and not panic, and listen to all the messages that are coming in, especially universal messages at the spiritual level and also at the synchronistic level. There could be quite a lot of synchronicities for you in the beginning of July, and it's important to pick them up, because if you don't, you'll miss the key. It's like going on a treasure hunt. If you don't see the clues, you miss the chance to find the treasures. So you have to be wide open and aware and awake and tuned into the whole universe. And when you do that, there is magic in the air. And with that, we come to the third week, which is your second major arcana card in the reading, and it's the Lovers card. So the propensity for the Lovers card can cover off quite a few different realms, but the first and most known energy level of the card is exactly what it says, that there are lovers in the air. So there's a possibility for some of you that you come across a new romantic liaison that could be quite connected, and it can be known as a soulmate relationship as well. Now, the other thing that the Lovers means is that this is a time where there might be a choice having to be made, that you are thinking, gosh, do I go with this person or do I not? And we have quite a little bit of this choice thing going on all around. Sometimes the Lovers can even indicate that the person, or that there's two people involved, but there can be a third. So sometimes one of the people is already involved one way or another with someone else, and this makes the decision a little bit more difficult. The other way that the Lovers can be viewed is that it can be a new business partnership that could be coming together one way or another. And these partnerships, when they happen at the business level or the creative level, artistic, creative, business, career-wise, they can be profoundly deep again and long-lasting and very successful. So keep an eye out for all of those particular paradigms of this card. When we come down to the clarifier, we see another 5. So you had 2 5s in a row, and so there's a message for you there. The vibration of 5 could have some significance in the month of July. The 5 of Cups tells us that we see 3 cups down here, and we talked about the essence of 3 in this Lovers card, so the possibility of having to make a choice. And here's looking a little bit bereft at this feeling of, oh my gosh, I've got this loss, or I'm leaving something behind, or I'm walking away from it, or they've walked away from me, but there is still this love and support and nurturing there. It's like he has had to make a choice, or that he doesn't see all the opportunities because he's not hearing everything, and they're diagonally connected as well. So your reading's quite intrinsically connected. I think it flows through the whole month with messages coming and going, even though we'd laid them out for one card for each week. Yours is more flowing and connected than that. When we come to the 4th card, we see the Queen of Pentacles, and this is for the 4th week. I noticed too there's a lot of yellow in your reading. That's the colour that jumps out at me, especially these top ones have all got yellow. So I think yellow is such a sunny, happy disposition energy, and we think of it as emanating from the sun, and that always projects positivity and glowing and happiness and the ability to have things work out in a more sunny way. So think of any problems that are coming, or anything that might be around you for the month, as having the ability to be fixed at a nicer, more positive level anyhow. But coming back to the Queen of Pentacles, she is looking out and into August. She's possibly turning up around in this later period of July, and she could be already a friend that you have, or she could be connected to this Lovers card for some of you. She's an earth sign like yourself, so she could also be yourself, just emulating that strong and strength energy of a Taurian. She does have a particular buoyancy with finances and that type of your life, so she could be a sign of an uplifting period in your financial sector or a new direction. So for some of you, this could be this new business thought or new career path around there. And again, this could be, as I said before, tied into the Lovers card. We're talking about the business side of it here now. And we come down and see the qualifying card, and we see the Page of Rods. He also is looking out into July. So this is possibly a new energy that's going to continue forward for you as the months move on. The Page of Rods is very much about creativity, and often he is the spark of ideas and the spark of creation as it comes in to get things fired up and move a project on, and it comes in with ideas and people and opportunities. Also, he could literally be a younger fire sign person who is either connected to her. They could be family, that could be friends of yours or family members as well that you are paying attention to in that latter part of the month. So there we are, Taurians. Quite a lot to think about for you guys, and I think if you put your mind to it and really listen, you could hear some great advice that keeps you moving forward in a really positive manner. So let's put these cards away and we will get the last one out for you. I shall just move them aside. These are lovely cards, Gems and Angels, that give us a positive affirmation or mantra that we can utilize for the month as well. So given that your energetic birthday energy kind of resonates between the 4th and 5th month, I'm going to pick the 5th card down and we'll see what your message is. I know that's a little bit loud when I'm shuffling, so let's just try it a bit differently. Okay. Leopard Skin Jasper. Okay, let's have a look what it says. I have to keep moving it up a little bit. Are people around you suddenly changing their tune? Have you decided it's time to change yours? Do you need to be more flexible like a leopard? Stalk yourself mentally, physically, spiritually and emotionally. Observe yourself and those around you. Well, that matches fairly well, doesn't it, with all the cards that we had talked about in the reading. So your mantra for the month, if you choose to use it, is the Angel of Flexibility. I am flexible and adaptable. I objectively observe circumstances and seize new opportunities as situations naturally shift and change. I bend and flex with the flow of life around me. There is no resistance, only willingness. Nice. I think that really ties in with the whole energetic feeling of the reading from the very beginning. So yeah, your message was just reiterated to you, I guess. So there you are, Taurians. I think you have some real strength there with that flexibility and that ability to hear and perceive everything that is going on around you, which, as I said, will if you do it from that perspective, you won't be taken for a ride. You should be able to see through any of the glitter and the glamour. Okay guys, thanks for joining me, and I wish you the very best for July. I appreciate that you sub and like, and I hope you all have a great, sunny, happy July. See you in August. Ka kite anoa, much aroha, namaste.